sometime in the early 1500s, Benvolio and Romeo walk along a road in Verona, Italy. Benvolio tries to cheer up his friend who has been rejected by a girl named Rosaline.
Forget about Rosaline. Let's go to the costume party the Capulets are giving tonight.
I can't go to the Capulets' house. I am a Montague. We are sworn enemies.
Enough of your father's feud. Well, we're masked and no one will know who we are. And if you go, you'll catch a glimpse of Rosaline.
Meanwhile, in the Capulets' house, Lady Capulet talks to Juliet and Juliet's nurse.
Nurse, you know my daughter is almost 14.
Yes, in a couple of weeks.
So it's time she married.
Juliet, what do you think of that?
I never dreamed of such an honor.
The good man Paris now seeks your hand. You'll be at the party tonight. Read his face like a diary and tell me if you like what's written there.
I'll try to see what you want me to.
It is the night of the Capulets' party. Romeo, Benvolio, and Mercutio enter wearing masks.
Welcome. I hope you'll all dance.
Romeo notices Juliet.
Who is that lady over there? She is so radiant that she teaches torches how to shine. I have never seen such beauty.
That is the voice of a Montague. How dare he come here?
What's wrong? Put down your sword.
Uncle, that Montague is our enemy.
Don't cause an uproar tonight. It's only young Romeo.
All right, but I'll see to him later.
Hope I do not offend you by approaching you without an introduction. Would you like to dance?
I would. Juliet, your mother would like a word.
Who is her mother?
The lady of the house.
She's a Capulet? Oh no.
We'd better go. Who was that man? I hope he's not married.
He's Romeo, the only son of your father's worst enemy.
My only hate is now my only love.
The next night, Romeo wanders dejectedly around the Capulets' orchard.
I should go home, but I can't take my body where my heart won't follow.
A figure appears in the window above. Romeo sees that it is Juliet.
Wait, what light is that in the window? Is it Juliet more beautiful than the sun?
Juliet is awake, thinking about Romeo. She doesn't know he is outside.
Oh, Romeo, why are you called Romeo? It's only your name that is my enemy, and a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Oh, Romeo, give up your name for me.
Call me your love and I won't be Romeo anymore.
Who's there?
I'll tell you my name if I didn't hate it so much.
Romeo, what are you doing here? The guards will kill you.
It's love that brought me here. I have to know if you love me too. Let them kill me. It would be worth it to hear you say that you love me too.
I have to go. My nurse is coming. If you mean what you say, let me know tomorrow. I'll send someone to set a wedding date. If you agree to a time and place, I'll know you are sincere.
Send someone at 9 o'clock.
It seems like 20 years until then. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Let us say goodnight until tomorrow.
Early the next morning, Romeo visits Friar Lawrence at the monastery.
I'm in love with Juliet of the Capulets. She loves me too. Can you marry us today?
Weren't you in love with Rosaline just a few days ago?
This is completely different. Juliet and I are joined in spirit already.
I knew your love for Rosaline wasn't real. She knew it too. Now your love for Juliet may be a chance to bring peace to your warring households. I'll help, but we must be careful. Those who are hasty often stumble.
Where was Romeo last night? His father said he was out all night. You know, Tybalt sent him a letter challenging him to a duel. Romeo is in no state to fight. He's completely lovesick and Tybalt is a fierce fighter. Where were you last night?
I had some business.
I'm looking for young Romeo.
I'm Romeo.
I must speak to you in private.
The old lady's asking him out.
Juliet was wanting to know if you were telling your true feelings last night.
You have my word. I arranged a wedding day at Friar Lawrence's cell in the afternoon.
You look as lovesick as Juliet. I'll tell her.
She left 3 hours ago. I think some old folks rehearse being dead before they die. What did he say?
Hold on, Juliet. Let me catch my breath from the walk.
You have the breath to tell me you're tired, but don't have the breath to tell me yes or no? Tell me now.
The wedding's on. Now eat your lunch. Then we'll go to Friar Lawrence's cell.
That same afternoon, Mercutio and Benvolio are talking in the street. Tybalt and several other Capulet men approach them.
I'd like a word with one of you. Just a word, not a fight. How about if you give me a reason, Mercutio? You guys are friends with Romeo, aren't you? I am, so?
Just then, Romeo appears.
Ah, there's my man.
There's no good reason for us not to fight. Your name is as dearest to me as my own.
You're a villain. Draw your sword. Tybalt, you can't talk to my friend like that.
Tybalt and Mercutio fight.
Tybalt, Mercutio, stop!
Tybalt stabs Mercutio and runs away. Benvolio carries Mercutio to a nearby house for help. Just then, Tybalt returns.
Tybalt, you killed my friend. Now one of us will join him.
I choose you.
Tybalt and Romeo fight. Tybalt falls dead.
Romeo, get out of here fast. The prince will surely sentence you to death.
Romeo flees the crowd gathered. The commotion draws not only the prince, but Montague, Capulet, Lady Montague, and Lady Capulet.
Benvolio, how did this begin?
Tybalt killed Mercutio, and Romeo killed Tybalt in revenge.
Romeo must pay with his life. No, Romeo does not deserve to die. He was only avenging his friend's death.
I hereby sentence Romeo to exile. If he comes back to Verona, he must die.
Meanwhile, Juliet is in her chamber. Her nurse bursts in.
What news do you have of Romeo?
He's dead. He's dead.
What are you saying?
I saw with my own eyes a gaping wound in Tybalt's chest.
What? Are you saying that Romeo and Tybalt are both dead?
Tybalt is dead. Romeo exiled. Romeo killed Tybalt.
What? Romeo killed my cousin? How can it be?
There's no honesty in men.
I can't curse a husband I vowed to love only 3 hours ago. Romeo is good. It must be that if Romeo had not killed Tybalt, Tybalt would have killed him. Oh, I feel better already.
If only he were not exiled. I'll never see him again, will I?
I know he is hiding in Friar Lawrence's cell.
Please find him and give him this ring.
Meanwhile, Romeo and Friar Lawrence are in the monastery.
Death would be better than banishment. How can I live without Juliet? Every dog, cat, and mouse is free to look at Juliet, and I'm not. The prince killed me when he said the word exile.
If madmen have ears, listen to me.
There's a knock at the door. Juliet's nurse enters.
Nurse, how is Juliet? Does she think I'm just a murderer?
She cries out all the time, sometimes for you and sometimes for Tybalt.
I'll kill myself right now.
Stop! If you kill yourself now, Juliet is destroyed as well. You are both alive right now, and tonight you can see each other. Just be sure to leave Verona before daybreak. Those who never appreciate their good fortune die miserable.
I'll go tell Juliet that Romeo is coming.
She gives him the ring.
This will give me comfort.
Back at the Capulet's house, Juliet's suitor Paris sits with Capulet and Lady Capulet. None of them know that Juliet has secretly married Romeo.
Juliet dearly loved her cousin Tybalt. She's so sick with grief that she won't come down tonight.
I understand. A time of tragedy is not a time to fall in love.
I'll talk to her tomorrow when her sorrow is lightened.
I think she will agree to marry you. Let's set the wedding date for Thursday.
That's fine. I wish Thursday were tomorrow.
At dawn, Romeo and Juliet stand on Juliet's balcony.
You don't have to go yet. That was the nightingale singing, not the lark. It's not morning that you see.
I claim that daylight is moonlight, Juliet. I'll say anything to make you happy.
No, now you must go. That foul lark has warned us. Now that it is morning, they will be looking for you.
Juliet, your mother is coming.
Farewell.
Romeo climbs out the window as Juliet's mother comes in.
Juliet, you look pale. Are you still weeping for your cousin's death? Tears will not bring him back.
I cannot stop crying.
You must grieve also because that murderer Romeo is still alive.
It's true that Romeo grieves my heart.
But listen now, I have some happy news. On Thursday morning, you'll marry the good Count Paris at St. Peter's Church.
I don't want to get married. Yet, if I did, I'd rather marry Romeo, whom you hate, than Paris.
Here comes your father. Tell him that yourself.
What's wrong, Juliet? Haven't you heard the news?
She's heard, but she'll have none of it.
You're not happy I found you such a good husband?
I can't be thankful for your misguided love.
Listen, Juliet, you'll be married Thursday at St. Peter's Church, even if I have to drag you there.
Mother, help me. Delay this marriage by a month. By a week. I've had enough of this.
Just then, Juliet's parents leave.
Oh, nurse, how can I marry Paris when my Romeo is still alive?
Romeo is as good as dead. It's best you marry Paris.
You really think so?
With all my soul.
Please go tell my mother I've gone to Friar Lawrence. I have to confess that I have displeased my father.
I will.
You fickle old witch, I'll never trust you again. I'll have to go to the friar for a solution. If he does not have one, I'm ready to die.
Friar Lawrence is in his cell talking with Paris.
On Thursday? That is very soon. And you don't know yet of what Juliet thinks?
She weeps and weeps for Tybalt's death, so I dare not talk aloud. Her father thinks the sooner we marry, the sooner she'll recover from her grief. Just then, Juliet enters.
Hello, my wife.
I'm not your wife yet.
Have you come to make a confession?
That's none of your business. Father, do you have a moment?
I do. Please pardon us, sir.
Until Thursday morning, Juliet.
Friar, what should I do? My heart is joined to Romeo's, and if I'm forced to marry someone else, well, I'd rather die.
I have a remedy. Go home and agree to marry Paris. On Wednesday night, make sure your nurse is not in your chamber. Drink the contents of this vial. It will make you appear dead for 24 hours. Your family will bury you with the family too. In the morning, Romeo will be there to take you to Mantua where he is living. But you must not be afraid.
Thank you.
I'll have Friar John carry a letter to Romeo right now.
The night before the wedding, Juliet's mother and nurse try to help her with her jewelry and dress.
Please leave me alone. I'd like to say my prayers.
The older women leave.
What if this mixture fails in some way? What if it doesn't work and I have to get married tomorrow? Or what if it kills me? Or what if I wake up before Romeo comes to get me? I could suffer in the tomb alongside Tybalt. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, I drink to you.
Next morning, Capulet sends up the nurse to fetch Juliet.
Wake up! Wake up! It's your wedding day! Wake up!
She pulls open the bed curtains.
You slug a bed, get up now! Why are you still wearing yesterday's clothes? Oh no, no, she's dead!
Lady Capulet enters the room.
What's all the noise about?
Our sweet Juliet is dead.
My only child? My life? Help!
Lord Capulet comes in.
Get Juliet up. The groom is here.
Our child is already nearing death.
Capulet checks Juliet's pulse. He finds a knife. He is speechless with shock. Friar Lawrence and Paris come in.
Is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Juliet is dead.
Oh, how I have been wronged and spited by death.
The wedding has become a funeral. The bridal flowers must dress the corpse.
Meanwhile, in his house in Mantua, Romeo wakes up.
I had a strange dream that Juliet found me dead. She kissed me and I came back to life.
Romeo's servant Balthazar comes in.
Balthazar, what news do you have from Verona? How is Juliet? If she is good, then nothing is wrong.
I'm sorry to report, but Juliet is dead. She sleeps in the Capulet's vault.
Oh, this cannot be. Go get my horses, and I'm going to go to the grave. Why didn't Friar send word of this before?
Slow down, you're still shocked.
Romeo does not know the truth, so he buys a fatal poison. Then he hurries toward the Capulet tomb.
I'll lie with Juliet tonight.
Friar John, welcome back from Mantua. What does Romeo say?
A brother of our order went to Mantua with me. He had been taking care of the sick, so officials feared that we might be carrying an illness. We were not allowed to enter the city.
Then who took my letter to Romeo?
I could get no one to take it to him. They were all afraid of the illness.
Oh no, that letter was urgent. Friar John, get me my crowbar.
Friar John gets the crowbar.
Juliet will wake within 3 hours, and Romeo won't be here. I will get Juliet and write again to Romeo.
Meanwhile, Paris and a page go to Juliet's tomb.
Keep watch, page. Whistle to me if anyone comes.
The page obeys. Paris begins scattering flowers on Juliet's tomb. Then he hears footsteps.
Who's that?
Paris sees Romeo and Balthazar with a torch, axe, and crowbar. Then he quickly hides so he can watch them.
Balthazar, get the tools. Tomorrow, give this letter to my father. I'm going to the grave to see my lady's face and to take the ring from her finger. If you see what else I plan to do, I'll kill you.
I will be gone, sir.
Balthazar is suspicious, but he leaves. Then Paris comes out of the shadows.
That is Romeo, who killed my love's cousin, and her grief caused her to die in turn. Arrested, he shall be exiled. Stop, you villain Montague. I have cautioned Verona, and your funeral was overdue.
I am armed, and I'm not afraid to do harm. I am a desperate man.
I hereby arrest you.
You're forcing me to kill you.
They fight and Paris falls.
I have been slain. Please bury me with Juliet.
In faith I will.
Romeo opens the tomb and lays Paris in it.
Here lies Juliet, and there lies Tybalt. Forgive me, Tybalt. Juliet, death cannot conquer beauty. How can you glow with life in this dark tomb? I'll drink this to you, my sweet.
Romeo drinks the poison and dies. Meanwhile, Friar Lawrence runs up to where Balthazar is waiting.
Who's there?
A friend,
Balthazar, who's in the tomb lighting it up with his lamp?
my master. He forbade me to follow him in.
Then I'll go alone.
Lawrence enters the tomb.
Whose blood is this? Romeo and Paris too slain? And now the lady stirs.
Juliet wakes up.
Father, where is Romeo?
Come away, my lady. Your husband lies dead. And Paris too. Quickly, I'll take you to a nunnery.
No, I will not go with you.
The friar leaves.
Romeo, how could you take all the poison and leave none for me?
Juliet stabs herself with Romeo's dagger.
Oh, happy dagger, let me die.
Meanwhile, Paris's page, alarmed by the noise, goes to find some guards who search the grounds. They discover all the bodies, and they stop the friar and Balthazar. Then the guards summon the prince, the Montagues, and the Capulets.
What brings us here at early hour?
Paris is slain, Romeo killed, and Juliet, who has been dead 2 hours, is newly killed. And we have caught a friar and Romeo's man, Balthazar, carrying tools.
Look how our poor daughter bleeds.
My son is dead. What more could go wrong?
This must be cleared up.
Friar Lawrence explains all he knows of the story, beginning with the wedding of Romeo and Juliet.
Friar, we know you to be an honest man, but we need more information.
My master gave me this letter to give to his father tomorrow.
The letter confirms what the friar said. Romeo went and bought a poison so that he could die here with Juliet.
Oh, Montague, give me your hand. Since I cannot offer up my daughter in marriage to your son, this is the best I can do.
I will raise a gold statue of Juliet, so all Verona will remember her.
A sad piece this is.
A sad piece this is. There has never been a story full of more woe, woe, woe than Romeo and Juliet.